Hello world and welcome back to another episode of Beyond Reality. So I'm over here, I found some redstone finally. It's quite a ways away from base. I think it's about 1900 blocks or so. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I've been up to over here. I've got a house started. Obviously it's not finished. These are carpenter's garage doors. Very nice actually. This is just one. So there's three across here, but it fills all the way down. One click and it all goes up. So it's very nice. And as you can see, I've also got a horse in here. I built the garage for my horse in order to, because these leads, they tend to go goofy if you leave the chunk. Uh-oh. I don't need it. There we go. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of redstone down here. I've got, I was actually just about to head back to base when I figured I'd show you guys what's up over here. Yeah, I've got lots of redstone, so I'm ready to go on that. That should not be an obstacle anymore, and I've got 2 packs, and this one's not completely full, but I'm out of torches. So heading down this way, I'll show you what we're dealing with. There's also a source of iron and copper right next to the redstone, so that's going to be beneficial. So I kind of set up shop over here, and it's back this way. And unfortunately, there is oil right above here. Is actually a rather large pool of oil, so I can't really mine too much. So I've been mining this all out, and there's just tons more redstone to go here, so I feel like we're pretty good. We're pretty good here, and I'll probably eventually mine over to that iron and copper when I need it. So I've got some other developments I'll let you guys in on as soon as I get back to base, because it'll be rather apparent what's going on. So let me head over to base, and I'll be right back. And we're back at base. So yeah, if you take a look at the mini map here, things have changed a little bit, as you can see. Basically, Biomes O'Plenty became a mod on Beyond Reality with the last patch, and I decided, yeah, I really wanted Biomes O'Plenty rather than Highlands. Now, Highlands does some weird things with biome generation. For instance, we set down right next to a magic biome, and Highlands does not. It basically suppresses magic, any other biomes that it doesn't recognize. And one of them it suppressed was, you know, the magic biome, because there was some incompatibilities with a previous version of Forge. Now, I don't know why they would suppress it with it not. Basically, it just wouldn't generate. There was something wrong with generating biomes with specific IDs. So I don't know, but it's working now, and yeah. So I had to basically prune the entire world in order to get the biomes to repop. It basically cleared out any of the dungeons I'd cleared, or you know, any of the ores I'd already mined, but you know, I don't feel like I really hit the ores that hard, so I think I'm okay. I don't feel particularly bad about it, and I really wanted Biomes O'Plenty. Of course, it left my base mismatched, but you know, I don't know. I think I can use it. I think I like it. I had grown a redwood over in the Magic Forest biome, thinking, you know, I'd move over there, but then I got to looking around. I'm like, yeah, I think we can make this work. So my idea here now is to grab our GregTech machines and set up in this mountain and kind of make this our industrial area, and then make this kind of the living magic area, I suppose. And I did touch up the Botania, I guess, garden here. Replaced out the leaves with iron grates, and just extended the roof, made it look all nice. Got some nice looking lanterns. I really like these guys, but they do take iron to make. So this setup is doing really well keeping my tablet full. This is pretty much full every time I come in here, long before my tablet runs out. So this setup is working really nice. I'm not sure if I want to kind of move this whole setup and make it so that you walk through this garden to get into this redwood or not. I kind of like the idea, but I also think I want to kind of take the Botania stuff and kind of make some floating islands or something off of here and have the mana spreaders pointing back in towards the great redwood. But in order for it's going to get night too. In order for the day blooms to work, they're going to need to be far enough out that the shadow from the leaves isn't over top of it. So we'd have to build some floating islands pretty far out, and mana spreaders aren't going to be enough to shoot it back in there without chaining them. So still thinking on that one. I'm not sure what I want to do there, but what I do want to get rolling on is setting up a GregTech area, because we're ready to make a blast furnace. Now, between episodes, I did make up solar boilers. I used all the silver I had, and it's working really well. It's actually keeping me completely stocked on steam. And down here, I did a little work restructuring some things. I got some elevators in here so I could free up the area a bit more. Basically the same, but less clutter. And down here I got all the machines basically I need set up, as well as some iron tanks to hold creosote. As you can see over here, I got a coke oven going. Not really using the coal coke because I'm not really using the coal boilers because of the solar boilers, and it's gonna get night here. Let me sleep. But yeah, the setup's working. It's working pretty well. There's 2 macerators down here and 2 furnaces, and it keeps up pretty well. And I've got tons of redstone from the one mining trip. As you can see here, 52 stacks, plus whatever's in here. Basically, when you macerate the redstone ore, you'll get this, you'll get clumps or whatever, and you put it through the forge hammer, then you get this impure dust. Until you get a centrifuge, you want to take that impure dust and throw it in. Let me just demo that. You throw it in a cauldron with water in it. Bucket. And basically you can do 3 stacks before the water runs out in here. I didn't bring 3 stacks, and I don't know if this is a store texture pack, but there's a graphical issue. It doesn't actually show this as having water, but pop it in there, it pops out redstone, and you're good to go. So yeah, I've got plenty of redstone. I can go ahead and expand out my Steve's Factory Manager. And as for what we've got going on here, we've basically got the steam generation. This is pulling it into the tank, and then this is taking out of the tank and putting it into the machines, and this is taking any byproducts. If you burn coal in here, you get tiny piles of ash or whatever, so you want to take those out and throw them in an inventory. Now, one of the things I noticed was that the alloy smelter, it was not getting enough steam if it was part of this for some reason. So you have all these guys selected in here, and then there's a multi-selection interaction and run command once per target. It was not getting enough steam quickly enough. Maybe if I set the interval lower, I don't know if you can actually do that as fractions of a second. You cannot. So yeah, one's as low as it goes. So I just set up basically another one which only goes to that. So I don't know what kind of delay it is between it cycling between machines, but it was not enough to keep this going. So that's actually working. And now, one of the things I have is I have some automation of some things, like this will make plates, for instance, because I have 2 hammers. One's dedicated to ore processing and one's dedicated to other tasks, and one of those tasks for me right now is making plates, so I can just dump them in my input chest, get them out in my output chest. And then I have the alloy smelter rigged up to do bronze, and that's just the output. And basically it'll pop it out into here. So I have a lot of bronze. I think you need 6 stacks of bronze to make one blast furnace, and we're ready for that. I've got plenty of stuff. I just don't have a place to put it. I mean, I could put it downstairs, but this structure is wood, and the blast furnace will use a piece of lava in the middle. So, you know, if anything's within lava burn range, which this might be, maybe it'll burn. So I'm thinking this looks like the perfect place to set up our industrial stuff, and that's a tree that got chopped in half. It looks kind of cool, but I might have to take that down. Maybe I can put a GregTech logo chiseled into the wall here. But that's kind of the plan for now, and I added on oh, that's wrong right there. I added on a horse garage, I guess. I don't know what you would call a horse garage. I guess it's a stable, but it's not really a stable. It looks like a garage. I'm thinking I might knock back this wall here to make this run into it more, just to join up better, and maybe put another wing off here for storage. So that might be something I work on before we get to that, just for, you know, a more livable space, because this is getting kind of cramped. So I don't know how we want to do this. Maybe we just use this as our entry point, I guess, because that looks as good a place as any, and we just dig into here and kind of carve out a space. Now, I'm not sure I want to get too fancy with this space quite yet, because I'm not sure. I don't really have a design in mind quite yet. Obviously, we want to go for some sort of industrial tech theme, but you know, there's a lot of ways you can go with that. Yeah, I don't know. But we need to basically clear out a spot. I gotta figure out where I want to set those tanks. Right now they're the max height, which is the important piece, because when you resize those tanks, or when you go, you got to make sure you don't break the middle block, and you don't change where the middle block is. So if you have the middle block and you move the tank one over and move the wall one over, so say this is your middle block and right here's your wall. Well, if you just shift it over so that this now becomes your middle block, or the middle block is here and now the middle block is over one, right? It'll lose its content. So even though this is still part of the structure, it'll lose its content. So when you decide the middle, that's where your middle is, unless you want to refill the entire thing. You can expand it out, but you can't change this middle block, otherwise you lose the inventory. So when we go to build the tank, we want to make sure it's where we want it. Of course, at some point we probably want to upgrade to steel tanks, so maybe I probably shouldn't be too worried about it. Maybe we'll just set it back in the floor like it is now, and it should be well enough, I guess. I'll just leave it alone. But yeah, I mean, we need to get steel production up. I've got a lot of things that I want to do that is going to require some of the electrical age tools, such as the extruder. We need that to make rubber stuff. One of the things I'd like to make is some conveyor belts, so I can get some XP farm going on. I don't know if you noticed back in the place, but I had an Ender IO enchanter there. I want to start getting some enchants on my tools, most notably efficiency, because it's really slow to mine, and a lot of these blocks have their hardness much higher, notably obsidian and spawners. I managed to break a spawner, but it took about, I'd say 5 minutes of holding the button down. Obviously not the greatest thing to do, but understandable, because Ender.io has ways to utilize spawners to make actual auto spawners. So yeah, it's kind of a nerf to that, I think, just to make it not as easy. I think in the meantime maybe I'll make a mob spawner, just basically a mob funnel. I've been watching some of Purple Mentat's Running Red series, and he built a mob farm for his blood altar. I might go ahead and duplicate that and get that up and running. So might be something, I don't know, maybe we'll do that on camera. I know I don't do a lot of the building on camera, but maybe that might be something interesting. Of course, you can always go watch Purple Mentat's YouTube Running Red series and get the same thing out of it. So well, I guess this is a good enough starting space. Let's put machines over here, tanks in here, blast furnaces over here. I kind of want to get 2. I don't have enough bronze quite yet. They're 3x3. And then I've got that coke oven. Don't know what I'm going to use the creosote for, but you never know. I'm going to have to... the steam I'm not so worried about. The creosote, I might want to rig up a way to get it over here, and railcraft might be the way to do it. Well, let's not get into that right now. So there's 3, and we need 3 more, and that'll give us, ooh, a cave. Hello. I'm not interested in you right now, but you will cause issues with mob spawning. And another thing I really want to get set up is some sort of tree farm. I'm thinking Steve's carts, because I think I might actually have the stuff I need, especially once we get the steel production. A lot of it requires iron, but we need a power source in order to power the cart assembler. So unless I can find something kind of easy for power, maybe we could use a generator, maybe a survivalist generator. Let's see. I might actually have the stuff for that. It just requires... What about ender generators? Electric pistons, steel, electric motor, iron, magnetic iron rod, magnetic iron ingot. How do I get one of those? Yeah. Shoot. That's the only problem. I guess we can make the survivalist generator. That's probably going to be our best bet. What's the 2x? It just requires a lot of survivalist generators, right? Ooh, a transfer node. Energy. That actually might... Well, it's pretty expensive, but that we might actually be able to do that. I'd really like to make an ender generator, but I just think this electric iron is going to be, this magnetic iron is going to be out of our reach. And I will show you why here. You know what? Let's go over there. I'll show you why now, rather than trying to wait for the end of the episode. So let me just make sure 3, 3, 3. Okay, that'll be enough room for setting those guys side by side. So one of the things I found while I was exploring this new pop was a dungeon over here. And I got to thinking, you know, it would be nice if I could leverage some of these spawners for an XP farm. But it's going to be really hard without conveyor belts in order to move mobs where I want them. And one of the mobs that I'd really like is Enderman, and I can't use a water method for moving them. I could probably use some other spawners and set up a water method, and that might be sufficient, and that might be what we do. But the only problem with that is you've got to be within 16 blocks of the spawner for it to work, whereas, you know, with the other ones you have to be a minimum of 32 blocks away. So it's a much greater range to utilize a basically a darkness spawner or passive mob spawner. I don't know what you would call that. But yeah, I carved my way down here to make a nice little area. And what we've got here is two Enderman spawners right next to each other. So I could stand right here and both of these guys will be going off nonstop. So if I can create a way to drop these guys down and bring them into range of being able to be killed by me for experience, or, you know, maybe iron spikes or something for the ender pearls. I don't know if iron spikes give you experience or not. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to check that out. But you know, I've got some loots from the dungeon here, but I've got tons of ender pearls from this. Basically I can just black this out and stand here and whack them. They do teleport away sometimes, but good enough. But it does bring in a lot of ender pearls, so if I could leverage that for some power, that would be great. It's just, it looks like we're going to need to be in the electric age, and if we're in the electric age, we'll have other means of power. So I do have the coal coke, so maybe a survivalist generator might be the way to go. Yeah, but I don't know, maybe we can get up to that next tier of generator somehow. Would be nice, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. So let's see, we need to move some things, and that's gonna shut down my processing. Luckily I've processed all the ores I've had, so I have the resources I need for now. So this is a benign move, I guess. I'm just gonna lose my steam, which is okay. I'm generating it faster than I'm actually using it, especially now I don't have anything to process. So, and I can also fire up my my coal boiler to generate some extra stuff. It's just the creosote that's going to be a pain in the butt. So I should probably stop that processing now. And I do have this being automatically fed from those chests up there. Alright, so that's all done. Let me stick that away. And there we go. That is not the chest I want that in. I want it in here. So as you can see, we got tons of tin. Copper's sparse now because I've been converting a lot of it into bronze ingots. So, anyway, we're gonna tear this down. I guess we're gonna tear everything down. You know, it's so hard to do. You set it up and now you're gonna tear it down. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh well, progress. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead, tear all this down, get some of it set up over there, and I don't know if I don't think I've actually showed off the whole setup here, but this infinite water source works great. It really works great because it is an infinite water source and it's instant. Like there's no recharge time or anything. So when Steve's inventory manager hooks up to it, it can transfer all the water it needs all at once, no hassle. So, you know, normally if you're taking it from a tank that's hooked up to, say, a liquid, what is that called? Liquid transfer pipe. It it takes the liquid transfer pipe a little bit to wind up, I guess, to pull in some more. So you're going to end up, if you're constantly using it, you're going to end up with a shortage at some point unless you have it completely maxed out. So you know, if I was using Mechanism and I had that, I could probably keep a salinization plant going with Steve's Factory Manager and an infinite water source, and that's it. It would be I could probably produce all the water it needs. So it's probably going to get nerfed, I'd imagine, just because that's something that you're always trying to overcome with builds, is trying to produce water fast enough for something like, you know, a salinization plant. So I'd expect that to be scaled back at some point, or, you know, require some additional upgrades or something like that. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll get all of this, you know, moved over there into some sort of arrangement, and I will be right back. And we're back. Don't know if I like that or not. It's I think I need to make these here wider. I don't know. It's Greg Techie-ish kind of. Get some carpenter's blocks, maybe make it look a little better. But here's our steam tank, and my whole of my existence so far is right here. So we probably want to get the steam set up early, and now that I think about it, that might not have been a good idea. I should have inset it, because now we're blocking some of the sun here, so we're gonna have to go one out to get the solar boiler set up. So we can go like this. We should really make another one. This will be fine for now. Later I'm probably going to want to find a better hidey hole for those. And then we want the inventory manager, and I'll just kind of do this part on camera just because, you know, I didn't really show what went on here. And I expanded this out more because the max size on this is going to be 9 by 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one space on each side. So let's see, we can put it, let's put the inventory manager, I don't know, right here. So I just put the water directly under it because actually let's not do that, because we're going to want to run the wires down. So let's put it right here, and let's put a cable right here for now, and then the inventory manager. Nighttime. Where's my bag? Where's my sleeping bag? Hello. Where would that have gone? Really? Well, this place is pretty well lit. Let's see what happens. I did die making that G, so just in case you thought maybe I wasn't going to die this episode, yeah, I probably need to get one on camera though, just to make it official. So right here, yes, let's run this right there. And I probably could have just went cheap and ran it right along the land, but you know, gotta make it nice. So this is what annoys me about the Digger's backpack. There we go. So we should be able to pump water into there, and of course this loses everything, which is always annoying. So we want to command group, and let's call it steam again. And move him over here, drill into it, trigger. Let's call this water. And we want a liquid input. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I kind of mashed up Soartex and Sphax. I noticed there was a Beyond Reality Sphax pack that had pretty much most of the mods, and I was missing some of the mods, most notably Botania, and I guess some of the other things like Steve's Factory Manager, but I feel good about it. I like how things are looking, even though it's a little out of place in some places. It's nice to have it all textured. So liquid output. Let's go to our tanks, boilers, as such, and connect all that up. These guys should be getting water now. Or not. Output. Maybe down. Okay. There we go. Apparently down is the key. So this will start producing steam. Now we need to run our cables over to here. And I've got a lot of valves down there because I think the valves have a transfer limit on them. And I'm not exactly sure what that transfer limit is. But I basically had it output to multiple of them. So let's see, let's drill this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should get us to the tank. Good. And we actually want to run this, we're going to want to run it directly underneath as well. Let's light this up. So, is there another valve on this side? No, I did not put one there. So there's that valve, and let's just go ahead and wire up these valves. And there's that valve. So let's do that, and there should be some on this side, I think. Yep. And maybe on this side. I think I put a window over here. I didn't have any other blocks. Yeah, I should probably replace that window so I can throw some more valves in there, but that'll be for another time. Actually, I should put one there. Now I should be able to run the cable right there. And finish this off. So let's go, where did all that go? Here we go. So now we want to run him right here and then back this way. So let's see, 4 plus 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1. That should get us underneath, I believe. It definitely got us underneath because I just screwed that up, I think. Okay. So, inventory cable. Let's just put that there. Yep. Okay, so I'll probably have to wire my water back up. Okay, so now we should be able to throw steam into, let's create a trigger. Let's call this steam in. Save. And then let's create a liquid input from our boilers. Steam. And I'm pretty sure this is the steam that's actually the type of steam it's generating. So okay, so let's see. Let's reserve 2 for out and let's use 3 for in, I guess. Maybe, well, maybe let's go the other way around. We're probably going to be taking out, well, it stands to reason we'd be taking out as fast as we'd be putting in, but that might not be the case. For now, let's just leave it alone. Alright, so were it daytime, we would be seeing some steam coming in. And is all of that wrenched? Yeah, looks like it. So this should set up steam production. I guess we can throw down, let's put our coke oven right here. And then we'll set our blast furnaces down the way. And this is a bit of, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't call it, I guess, boring, but you know, if you've never seen this done before, it might be interesting. So with the coke oven, you want to make sure the center is hollow. So, and there's our coke oven back. So we'll want to run some cable over to this guy so we can get the creosote wired up. And in order to animate the blast furnace, it's going to require some trickier things. We're actually going to have to make some camouflage cabling. But we'll get there when we get there. Probably, yeah, let's shoot for setting up that blast furnace. I don't know how long the episode is currently, but we should be able to get there. I mean, I'm pretty much done with this setup. We can go make the plates we need. So that should be getting steam. Well, the temperature's got to build up, I guess, before this is going to start getting any. Let's go make some plates. We need lots and lots of plates. And bricks. Hopefully I have enough bricks, because I don't believe that dungeon over there is there anymore with bricks in it. So I'd hate to tear down my house. So there's that. And then we need bronze plated. You want to make sure you use bronze plated bricks and not bronze brick something. I know I got those confused once and made way too many. I think I have just enough bricks for one, so that's good. Now let's grab some bronze. Now if I had been smart, I probably would have bang these out into plates while I had my hammer forge. This is gonna burn through hammer, so why did I do that? Why didn't I just do this? Well, there we go. Yeah, it's gonna require a lot of hammers. I probably have some iron in here. Let's pull him out. Maybe I should make it out of iron. I don't know. So there's 64, 64. Oh yeah, it can't do a whole stack. Oh, that's annoying. Well, it can do one whole stack, I guess, because I've not got this even, which means we're gonna have. Oh, come back into my inventory. Okay, so theoretically that should make us 32. My math is probably off because I really stink at math, but there's that. That gives me 2 left over. Oh, darn it. How do I recover? Okay, so recover. So let's just do that. I hate when that happens. There we go. And 6, that's 32. Hey, how about that? Alright. So now we need our bricks, and we need the hammer wrench. This will probably eat my wrench too. Yeah. And how do I make a wrench? I need plates, I think. Where is it? Nope, just ingots. Well, that's a relief. And the hammer. Alright. Sweet. So there's 32. Now we actually need the blast furnace controller. Which requires 4 more bronze plates. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Oh, it's always one short, isn't it? Ah. Oh, God. Alright, well, we need 1 tin and 3 copper. Wow, that's annoying. That is very annoying. Alright, so we've got 1 more plate. Now we're going to need some furnaces, or furnace, or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what was it again? Okay. Boom. Alrighty. So it's 3 by 3 by 4 with a hollow center. Okie dokie. And then I need to get charcoal production going so that I can have a stable source of fuel for this. I do have a lot of coal, and I don't know if it'll use coal coke or not. That would be that would be interesting. That would be nice. Ooh, what do we got? Not charged, but I'll take it just the same. Okay. Meh. Let's use that. So we need to go 1 more up. Now I'm going to raise this roof probably 1 more anyway. Just not right now. So there's 3. And like that. Wait, what? Oh, opening on top. Ooh, that's close. Oh, I need my wrench. It's always something. Okie dokie, running back this way. Hey, let's check on our Steam. I guess I could have done that a little bit later. But since I'm easily distracted, let's go ahead and look. Hey, we got steam. Alright, and that'll just fill up. By the time I get all my machines set up, that'll probably be relatively full and we'll be good to go again. And it'll just take some time to wire up the input and output chests. That's the most annoying part. I need ink sacs. I need ink sacs because one of the enchantments, the enchantment for unbreaking, and this isn't where I wanted to go, or not unbreaking, but efficiency is a redstone, but I don't have any ink sacs to make books. Now I've got an evaporator back there. I'll show you that in a second. This episode's running long. Let's make it longer. And I came back here for my wrench. Alrighty. So hopefully this will get our blast furnace done at least, and we can start making that steel. And I'm gonna have to go mining between episodes to get some more copper. Wrench. And actually I can test out that evaporator here. I haven't actually tested it out, it's just been collecting the sap, so. And there we go, we got a blast furnace. Alright, so I just need iron and coal, which I don't have on me, so let's go grab some stuff. I want to try out that evaporator, and I think it needs some coal too. And let's grab some iron, and then we'll just make sure that guy's working, and then we'll call it a wrap. I'm sure we're well over time. Let's try, well, we've got coal, we've got charcoal, and we've got coal coke. So we'll see what our options are. Let's come around back here, and I'll show you what's up with this thing. So we got the rubber trees, and there was a rubber tree node here. This is a rubber tree sack, and it's just made with leather, a couple strings, and some sticks. So let me see if I can, yeah, sack. So there you go. And then this is an evaporator. So basically what this is doing is gathering basically fluid rubber. And let's see if charcoal, I think this is how, yeah, this is how you do it. What it's going to do is produce some sort of rubber. I'm not even sure. I'm hoping this produces maybe what I need to make the conveyor belts. That would be really nice, but I don't think that will be the case. What you got? Okay, so it just brings it back into the sticky resin. So this is just a kind of a hands-free way of gathering all of this into here and getting out the sticky resin. So you don't have to sit here harvesting it. I wonder how much this uses. So 100 millibuckets is one sticky resin. So this looks like it can hold quite a bit, and it's going to make 4 off of one piece of charcoal. So yeah, that might be interesting to get set up. And do I really need to make another sleeping bag? That's annoying. Let me sleep the night because I need that those solar boilers to keep working. So I did have to weather a blood moon while I was off camera, but alright, so last order of business, I promise. I don't know, maybe I just need to shorten the I don't know. We'll figure it out. Might have to inset it. Okay, so first thing, I know charcoal works. I don't know if coal coke works. It does. And it's 2 to 1. So I wonder if this will increase the burn time, because obviously it's got to double the burn time. So that's nice. Maybe I might need to make some more coke ovens, which I guess we'll have 2 or 3 blast furnaces and then our coke oven. I don't know. To get that to get that producing. But that's going to make me some 64 steel, and it's going to do it slowly. So I think we're off to a good start here. I'm going to get my machine set back up and try to figure out how I want to tackle this this creosote oil. Getting it over here. There might not be a whole lot in there. I might be able to use some sort of tank, maybe the Open Blocks tank, and just kind of run back and forth. But this should do it for this episode. Leave a like or subscribe, and have a good one, guys.